Thank you, sir. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
Thanks. To be brief, Shri N.K. Pramachandran ji.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Sir, the Honorable Power Minister is one of the good learned friend of mine, but I am still in utter confusion whether to support or oppose the bill.
We should not.
Why? Because the bill is ambiguous, vague, unclear, and the intent of the legislation is not manifested in the bill. That is a basic reason by which I am in a confusion whether to support or oppose the bill. Why, I will explain, sir. So the basic and the most important matter ingredient to be followed in the legislative process is what is the intent of the bill? What is the aims and objective of the bill by which it is to be achieved? Here it is quite unfortunate to note that the amendment proposal is not being manifested in the intent is not manifested in the bill. You see, sir, the original Principal Energy Conservation Act of 2001, it was enacted to provide for the efficient use of energy and its conservation, for which a Bureau of Energy Efficiency is also established, and to enforce the measures of this efficient use of energy and its conservation. So none of us in this house will oppose the basic concept of efficient use of energy and its conservation. Nobody opposes it, and we fully support it because it is need of the hour, not for the present but for the future generation also. It is highly essential, so we fully support. And further, sir, it is our commitment in COP26 in Glasgow conference of parties, COP26, that is the Panchamar, the 5 important elements which the government of India has committed in that conference, 5 principles. So by this amendment, as per the statement of objects and reasons, the government intends to 1. Facilitate the achievement of Panchamar, 5 elements committed in Glasgow. 2. Promote renewable energy and development of carbon market to fight climate change. And number 3, introduce a new scheme of carbon trading and mandate use of non-fossil energy sources. Sir, here I do support all these efforts at 3 provisions or 3 issues relating, the provisions relating to the efforts at 3 issues. That is, mandate use of non-fossil energy sources by prescribing minimum consumption of non-fossil energy sources, number 1. And number 2, bringing large residential buildings under the regime of energy conservation. And number 3, strengthening the Bureau of Energy Efficiency by increasing the number of board members, and all these things I do support. Sir, except the new concept of carbon market, I have very serious apprehension, for which I am seeking a detailed clarification from the Honorable Energy Minister. Sir, this is a new concept incorporated in this bill. I reasonably apprehend that the amendment bill is designed with the sole intent to facilitate carbon trading. Sir, I draw your attention. It is very interesting to note that what is meant by carbon trading, or what is meant by this carbon trading or carbon market. It is not been defined in the bill. That is my strong objection. See, if you see, according to my limited information, limited knowledge, on the basis of my reference, my homework, I could understand what is carbon trading. Sir, carbon trading is a system of countries meeting the national carbon dioxide reduction by buying carbon credit as earned when a firm funds a project for a technology that is less polluting than the other option. For example, carbon emission is less for gas-based power plants than the diesel, where the amount of carbon saved is the credit. This is my information, or this is my knowledge. But here in this bill, I would like to ask or seek the Honorable Minister, please explain where the carbon trading or the carbon credit scheme is explained. Nothing is explained. Then what for the Parliament? The Parliament has the authority to know what is meant by carbon credit scheme. Sir, Section 2DB. Section 2DB is the definition clause or the explanation clause for the carbon credit scheme. It means a scheme for the reduction of carbon emission notified by the central government under clause W of Section 14. It is means in Section 2DB it is stated that it will be specified in clause W of Section 14. What Section 14W says? The central government may, in consultation with the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, specify the carbon credit scheme. Who knows what is carbon credit scheme? The Parliament has the authority. It is a prerogative of the parliament to know what is a carbon credit scheme. And section 13, and there also it is explained. In section 13, subclause TE, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency has the power to recommend to the central government on the requirements to be specified in the carbon credit scheme. What are the requirements to be explained or incorporated in the carbon credit scheme will be recommended by the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. 14W will explain or specify a scheme, and definition says that it will be as per 14W. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, what is carbon credit scheme according to this legislation? According to this legislation, there is no specific clear-cut definition as far as the carbon credit scheme is concerned. Sir, I will convey within two suggestions. That means, that means you are putting the parliament in darkness for which some ulterior motives I apprehend. Only my apprehension, some ulterior motives are there. So for which I am seeking a clarification from the Honorable Minister. Sir, I am putting two suggestions. Number one, it is very important to distinguish between trade within the country and between the countries. Sir, I caution the government not to lose our control. Not to lose our control over the forests to corporates in the name of carbon trading. Sir, number two, further I urge upon the government of India should use the UN forums to argue for the carbon reduction, and please remove the shortcuts like carbon trading. Sir, because climate change is a very serious issue. To resolve this, the world requires actual reduction in carbon emission. Sir, 2 sentences. The carbon emitters may avoid actual reduction in carbon emission in the name of carbon trading. That will further worsen the climate change. So, subject to the strong reservation in carbon trading, I support other provisions of the bill, and I am seeking a crystal clear clarification from the Honorable Minister regarding this aspect. With these words, I conclude. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this much of time.